Hi boys and girls. Today we are going to be scientists and we are going to do an experiment about floating and sinking. So here are my two words. Sink is the green word and float is the blue word. Do you know what sink means? That's right. Sink means it will go to the bottom of our bowl, or if you throw it in a pool, it will go to the bottom of the pool, or if you throw it in the bathtub, it'll go to the bottom of the bathtub, or the bottom of the ocean. It will go to the bottom of whatever water you throw it into. And do you know what float means? That's right. Float means it will stay near the top of whatever water you throw it into, like a pool or a bathtub or a pond or a lake or the ocean or even a puddle. Can we spell the words together? Let's say the letters S-I-N-K spells sink. Now let's spell float. F-L-O-A-T. That says float. So today we're going to be scientists and see what things sink and what things float. Now here's a really big word that scientists use. See this red word? It's called hypothesize. That's that word. Can you say hypothesize? It's a really long word. Let's count how many letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters in that long word, hypothesize. And hypothesize means we're going to think and then make a guess of whether the thing that we choose is going to stay on the top of the water and float or go to the bottom and sink. Now, the really important thing to remember about when you hypothesize, it's not just a guess, you kind of have to think first, okay? So remember, a good scientist will always think before they make their hypothesis or their guess. So before we start, I'm going to say a little poem to get us in the scientific mood. And here it goes. It goes like this. You know it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, right? So it's the same tune, and it goes like this. Will it sink or will it float like a rock or like a boat? Clever scientists are wise. First they think, then hypothesize. Sink or float, which will it be? Experiment and we will see. Okay, here goes our experiment. So first in our little poem, it said a boat and a rock. So let's try the boat first. Here we go. Let's put it in. Where did it go? Did it go to the bottom or did it stay on the top? That's right, it's near the top, so it's floating. Now let's try the rock. Very careful, I don't want to make a big splash. Did you hear it? Where did it go? Can you see it? It's in the bottom. The rock sinks to the bottom. Okay, let's try now. Let's hypothesize. Now that we know that the boat is floating and the rock was sinking, let's think about this little plastic ping pong ball. What do you think? Let's think first. Hypothesize means you have to think. Do you think it will float or sink? Take a guess, but think about it first. Let's put it in. What did it do? That's right, it's floating. Let's try the shell. See my seashell? When you go to the ocean, where are the shells? Think about it. Are they floating? No, they're bottom, right in the sand underneath the water. So now make a good guess, make a good hypothesis. What do you think? Okay, let's see. That's a sinking one. Did you hypothesize that? I think you did. All right, let's try a key. Are we ready? Here goes the key. Think first. What do you think? Will it float like the boat and the ball, or will it sink like the rock and the shell? Let's see. It went to the bottom. It sinks. All right, now here's a plastic Easter egg. I bet you can make a good hypothesis and think about it. The boat is plastic, and this ball is plastic, and this egg is plastic. What do you think? Let's see. If you were thinking float, you were right. It's on the top. It's floating. Oh, let's try this glass marble. That's hard, like my seashell and my rock. Let's think about it. It's hard like my seashell and my rock and my key. So I think it may sink. Let's see. I was right. Were you right? Okay, let's try another one. We could do this all day. This is so much fun. How about a cork? It comes from a bottle. What do you think? Make your scientific guess. Tell me what it did. I see it on the top of the water. That's floating. How about the sponge? It's light like a cork. So far I'm noticing that light things stay near the top, that light things float. What do you think this light thing will do? Let's see. Make your hypothesis, your scientific guess after you think. It floats. Oh, but look, it's going a little bit lower than the others. Uh-oh. Where's it going? Looks like it's dancing in there. It kind of near the top, but not as high as the others. All right, how about a rubber band? Let's try the rubber band. What do you think? Float or sink? I see it on the top. That's floating. How about a few more? What do we have here? A pine cone. What do you think? Float or sink? It's floating. How about this wooden block? What do you think? Float or sink? What did it do? It's floating. How about this big blue ball? Let's see, the white ball was floating. So let's see what this ball will do. Let's ask our question. What do you think? Float or sink? Oh, it made the water move, but it's floating. How about this little plastic frog? A lot of the plastic things are floating. So what do you think? Float or sink? I think float. Did you think float? Were you right? Okay, one more. Or maybe two more. We'll see what we have time for. How about the penny? A penny is hard, like the shell and the rock and the key. What do you think? Float or sink? Sink, it went to the bottom. Okay, one more. How about this pencil? Pencil's pretty light. It's made of wood like this block. What do you think? Float or sink? Let's see if there's room. It's floating. Well, I hope you experiment at home and continue to be a scientist like we did today, and come back for more.